Alright, hello everyone, good evening, how's it going? Okay, my camera is out of place, there we go, that's better. Alright, I need to adjust this, it's annoying me. Give me 1 second. There we go, that's better. Alright, how's everyone going? Hi Sunlit Sunshine, hi Adriano 071006. What a mouthful of a name that is. But hello. Hi Bald Hiccup, how's it going? Let me just get settled in here. Now, Hey, Yappa! Hi, your cat! Hey, oh man, this thing's even more in the way now. Hang on. I'm trying to get this camera out of frame again. As you can see, I rebuilt my overlays, so we're back to business. Back to the old way I used to do things. But I improved some stuff in the process, you know? I learned a bunch of stuff, I learned a bunch of stuff recently that wasn't set up in my old overlays for a lot of stuff. But it is now. But that does mean that I'm also still reorganizing a few things, you know? Ooh, nice. How'd it go? Alright. This is going to go up here a bit. And this way a bit. There we go. Alright. I need to... Nope, that's not the one I want. Nope, that's not the one I want. Ooh, nice. I haven't made macarons before. I like them, but I haven't made them. Uh-oh. What did I just do? No, I didn't want that. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, probably. Who's that there? Hey, the Moonlight Market. How's it going? Yappa, I haven't set up multi-stream, like the two different overlay types in TikTok yet. I literally only just got it built back again today. Hi, Emily Never. Yeah, we're doing drawing studies tonight, but this is from the first episode of the drawing studies streams. I'm just trying to get my camera back in a decent position because it's being really annoying right now. It's so very much in my way. Hi, Summer. Thanks for following. Okay, it's not in the way here. I'm just quickly fixing... Oh, thanks, Emily, never. Welcome to the party. Alright. Come on. Get into position. And stay in a position? What are you doing? There we go, that's more like it. Okay. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. I literally just rebuilt all my overlays after a bit of an OBS Studios disaster. So I'm still fixing some stuff. Yeah, thanks for following, Emily Never. Yeah, I've got a nice little celebration there when people... Oh, you've got an echo. Okay. Why is that? Oh, I see. Alright, how are we going now? Yeah, OBS is a whole thing. I did the update a couple of weeks ago, and it just destroyed everything. And so I completely deleted everything and reinstalled it. And so now we're in the process of fixing it. Yeah. Yeah, it's like that sometimes. Hi, Isaac. Hi, Wild Design Bracelets. Thanks for liking the live. Alright, so tonight we are drawing motorcycles. Now that I've got everything set up. And when I say I've been redoing everything, I mean I've been redoing everything. Like, I've actually been rebuilding everything you can and can't see off screen. Which reminds me, I need to turn on one more light. One transition is back, Yappa. Not all of them yet. I didn't quite get all the way through that. Now, Emily Never, it is very, very funny that you should say that motorcycles are the natural enemies of capybaras. Because in my comic here, which is currently at the actual printers, this is just a version I printed at home, but in my comic here, this story specifically, Snuffles the Indomitable, they use robot capybaras instead of horses. And what's this chasing them? A motorcycle gang. So it's very funny to me that that's what you decided to say today. What timing. But yeah, we've only got the Transformers transition today, I think, Yappa. I ran out of time to finish quite everything. I got a few of my redeems and stuff back. So there's a bunch of my alerts are fixed now. But there's still a few redeem alerts that I have to finish rebuilding. So yeah, for the Tuesday night study sessions. Oh. Like that one. That one's been broken for months, and I finally got it fixed. But yeah, for the Tuesday night study sessions, I will drop all of the reference pictures into my Discord, so people can use them for themselves during the session. And then if you want to, you can put geez, hang on. Sorry. I'm mentally a bit foggy today. You can put your drawings in the Discord at the end. And for anyone who doesn't have the link yet, there it is. In both chats, and for anyone else on TikTok, it's also linked in my bio. Now let me just see if my Clip Studio Cloud has updated, because I want to show you all something that I'm working on at the moment when I'm not streaming. Hi Maria, how's it going? But yeah, tonight we're drawing motorbikes, so let me find some good references and I'll drop them in the Discord right now. Alright, we'll start with these ones. And I'll look a few others up. Let me just grab a side profile of that one bike. And then I'll drop some others in later. If we get that far. Alrighty, there we go. Hi Zay, as for one. So, let me show you the drawings we've been doing so far. So, let me just adjust this. There we go. So these are from... the other page is actually not here at the moment. These are from the Capybara study session night, which was the first one. And then we did Pugs. The other page of Pugs is not in here at the moment because I scanned it. Hey, it's me, Alan. Then we did Sausage Dogs. And then we did Eyes, Hands, and tonight it's Motorcycles. So I have just dropped those references into the Discord server. And I'll just drop them into my other Discord servers. Thanks for bearing with me, everyone, while I get this sorted out. How you doing, Alan? Hi, Silver or Silverado. Yes, one of the characters, one of the villains in my comic, Emily Never, is an anthropomorphic sausage dog. So the main character, Snuffles, is an anthropomorphic pug, and then his antagonist, Taffy, is an anthropomorphic, heavily muscled sausage dog. Hey, thanks for getting the live up nice and high, everyone. 2,500 likes already. Thank you. There's the other one that I wanted to draw. I got it. Awesome. So I'll just drop these other... Hey, Mishka Kos! Thanks for liking, thanks for the, Not really. There are a couple of, like, smaller characters that are inspired by people that I know or people that I've, like, followed in the past. For example, one of the characters that the main character will meet later on is based off an artist and performer called Desi Desire. They're really, really rad, and they said I'm allowed to base that character and use them for reference when I'm drawing it, which is really cool of them. They didn't have to do that. There is one that'll be based off my partner Robin. But, you know, that's kind of about it. Oh, actually, sorry. One of the other protagonists that's a friend of Snuffles, who's actually the person who takes care of his little sister, Wiggles, is based off another really cool creator and influencer that I follow, Nazia Mahmood. Her martial arts photos and photography were a really, really rad and a big influence on me deciding to include that character in the comic. Hi Zem, how's it going? Alright, I'm going to start the night off with some charcoal tonight. What charcoal have I got here? Medium. I'll start with the medium one tonight. I'm really glad, because I love talking about it, honestly. It kind of helps me to develop it more, being able to talk about it as well. The first story, which is in that comic that I showed you before, is the first introduction story to Snuffles. It just kind of drops you in the middle of the world in a short adventure of Snuffles. But the next book that comes out, which is the one that I'm writing at the moment on Thursday nights, is called Snuffles the Indomitable Before the Beginning. And it's kind of pre-origin story. It's a little story when Snuffles was still just an ordinary pug before he joined up with the person who brought him up. Alright, so I'm going to pick one of these references to be the first one to draw. I think I want to draw this one. So let's throw that in the corner. And throw it in the corner down here for the TikTok friends. Actually, no, I'll put it up here for the TikTok friends. Hey, Maddie Neville, how's it going? Hi, Dinner Sandwich. But yeah, Emily Never, the next story will be a pre-origin story when Snuffles was just an ordinary pug before he became humanoid. And it ends at the point where he meets his human. And then from there, the ongoing series will start, which I'm probably going to be doing at a webcomic. I might do it as individual Kickstarted volumes. I'm not sure yet. There we go. I knew something was off with my lighting. Hi, A. How's it going? Alright. Time to set a 10-minute timer. and start on the first drawing study for tonight. Are we all ready? I sure am. Well, ready as I'm gonna be anyway. How's it going, eh? How you doing? How's your week been? Oh yeah. Sorry, as I was saying before I set this timer, is that, yeah, I've not only been rebuilding all of my overlays yesterday and today, but I'm actually in the process of completely rebuilding my office so that I can work better. We're putting the more industrial stuff like the silhouette cameo and the laminator and light box and stuff on the gaming table downstairs that we're converting into a studio table for now. Emily Grace, hey! And I've actually rebuilt my backdrop shelves so they're way taller, and I've got my little banner up there now. And Mjolnir on the top. There's my spinner rack, sticker and sketch card storage, and my Audio-Technica light. And then over here is my mini painting and Gundam making station. And yeah, everything's just in the process of being remodeled. So there's a little glimpse behind the curtain for you. Hi Jax, how's it going? Okay. Hey Google, set a timer for 10 minutes. I love this weird little bike. This is actually the bike that inspired Bulma's bike in Dragon Ball. And then a few people have made replicas of it since then. Hi Shamar, how's it going? Now don't forget, if you are also an artist and you want to join in, I've shared the references in my Discord for tonight's drawings. And I will be putting them on screen as well. Hi Sally, hi Ham. And you can feel free to post your drawings in the Discord when you're done. I'm deliberately messing myself up with this one by choosing charcoal because it's not my strongest medium. And that's why I need to do more of it. For everyone in the chat, what is your favorite medium to draw in? And what's your least favorite medium to draw in? What kind of mechanical pencil do you use, Yappa? What size? Apparently, I have misplaced them, but this is my collection of mechanical pencils. So this is my 2mm. This is the one that annoys me sometimes because, whoa, yeah, this one's really funny. Like, look, it's got these teeth, so it doesn't just drop a little bit out at a time, like most of them. It often does, because I forget. I don't use this one that often, so I always forget that it's got the claws. Oh, woo! Oh, is the other new one gonna work? Oh no, it didn't work. The new one didn't work. Hey, thanks for the raid, you guys. Okay, let me just real quick add in the the video that was supposed to play for a raid of over 10 people because it's really fun.
Ba weep grana, weep ninny bong.
Ba weep grana, weep ninny bong.
Ba weep grana, weep ninny bong.
Ba weep grana, weep ninny bong. Ba weep grana, weep ninny bong.
There we go. That's what's supposed to play when more than 10 people raid, but I only just set it up today. But welcome, raiders. Hi, how's it going? Hey, Saz. Hey, Promethean. Awesome. Well, yeah, welcome on in, everyone. Thanks for joining me. It's Tuesday night study night, so we're doing some drawing studies tonight. There we go. That's a bit better. I literally just rebuilt my entire OBS setup because it broke so bad. So I'm in the process of still rebuilding some of the alerts and redeems and all that sort of stuff. Hi, Nyasha Bloom. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Shadowmere. Thanks for following. Oh, D20 even. Wow, the whole gang's here. Anyway, we were just talking about mechanical pencils, and I was showing someone the different ones that I use. So this is the 2, and it's quite heavy. If I remember rightly, it's a HB in the 2. Hi, Sean. Hi, Soso. Pigalek, hey! This one is my 0.5 Yappa. And I think this one is a HB as well. And these are my 2 different blue ones. So I've got a slightly darker blue drafting pencil, and then I've got a proper non-photo blue, which is the one that I'm supposed to be using on streams, but I'm now realizing on the sketch cards, but I'm now realizing that I may have been using this one more recently by accident. Yeah, you can just get you can get all kinds of colors for these mechanical pencils, Yappa, in all different thicknesses. You can get these in the 2mm as well. But this one is specifically a non-photo blue. So if you were to photocopy this, these blue lines would barely show up. And they're a lot easier to erase when you scan, too. This one is still great. I love this one for layout. Like, this one is really good for just really, really loose light layout, and then I can go over it for more detail with this if I want to. But you'll also notice that a lot of the time on the sketch cards lately, I've just been using straight up graphite pencils because I'm trying to get more practice and confidence using those again. Which is also another one of the reasons that we're here doing these studies with various mediums that I'm not as familiar with. Because I need to push my skill set a bit more. So while all the raiders are here, let me show you this little preview right here. Hi Pavlova, how's it going? This is a little print preview that I did to make sure that I had the layout right, but I paid the printers overseas for the proper version of these today. So production is officially underway for the official version of my first comic. My first printed comic. Hi Snake, how's it going? And if I remember correctly, quite a few of the raiders that are in the chat all backed this. So you're getting a little preview of what you're going to actually have in your hands right now. Stop! Thanks, Pigalek. I'm so excited about it, especially this story. So it's a flip book. I had to make sure I got the layout right so it would flip properly with 2 short stories in it. This is my favorite ever original character that I've created. But this book, this story, I'm especially excited about because of this name right here. This guy is the letterer for this book. It's Hassan Otsmain Elhau. And he is one of my favorite letterers of all time. And was actually last year's Eisner winning letterer. And he's on my first book. And he did an amazing, amazing job. I can't wait for everyone to see it. Let's see if I can show one of the special effects without too much context. He does amazing effects lettering. And he's really, really good at both horror and comedy. So when I was working on a horror comedy, I knew I had to pitch that story to him and see if he'd be interested to work on it. And he did. And I cannot wait to get it into everyone's hands. Hi, my Nguyen. How's it going? Nguyen? I can't forget how that's supposed to be pronounced. Oh, I'm really sorry. I need to practice. Hi, Miss Senwa. Oh, so for everyone that's new here as well and that's watching right now, next weekend, let me just double check the calendar on that, but I'm pretty sure it is. Yes, indeedly doodly. Next weekend, Saturday the 28th, is the Halfway Point Subathon. So I'm really excited about that. We're going to be doing a sketch card marathon. You'll be able to buy the pre-drawn sketch cards, like these ones, cheaper than they've ever been. And not only that, you'll be able to commission sketch cards cheaper than you'll ever be able to commission any piece of original art from me ever, while we raise funds for equipment and supplies that I need for the business for convention season this year. So these are all the ones that we've done so far. A lot of the raiders actually know who that's going to. So those are all the ones that have already been completed so far. And yeah, during the subathon, I'm going to have Bean Boozled going. We're going to have Gardic Show games ready for everyone to play. We'll have some other redeems where people can change the stream into a gaming stream for a short period of time. I'm sure NVCDM and Promethean can probably think of some kind of punishments that don't involve hot sauce for me. Hi, Honeybee. But we're going to be starting at 7 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. As usual, with 4 hours on the clock. And every sub adds time to the clock. Every gift on TikTok adds time to the clock. And every commission or card purchase will add time to the clock. And those will add the most time to the clock. I've got to finish making some graphics, probably on Thursday or Friday for it, with the individual goals and rewards. So my first goal is to get a vending machine for my convention setup so that people can buy some of my smaller but higher priced items completely self-service at my convention booth. And then the second goal is a really incredible 3D printed comic book spinner rack setup. And it'll be like 2 stacks of comic book rack on one side, then 1 stack of comic books, a stack of trading cards, and then a cool display that will hold my iPad, or in my case, Samsung tablet, which will be broadcasting my podcast, No Capes, off the top of it during the convention. So if we can raise the money for that, that's what's gonna happen. But the first goal is the vending machine, and I think that's going to be pretty achievable. Honestly, I feel like it's pretty achievable. Hi, R. Hi, SCP Foundation. How's it going? Alright, so I'm going to finish this one off real quick, and then we'll move on to the next reference and go back to pencils for now. Hey, Promethean, I don't know if you can hear me. If you can hear me, make yourself known for a sec. How's the music volume level compared to my voice volume level today, by the way, everyone? Like I said, I've just rebuilt everything, so things might be a little out at the moment. Hi, Jessica. How's it going? Oh, I cocked this one up. But that's okay. This is why we do studies. Okay, can't hear the music? I thought it might be doing something a bit weird. How about now? Hi, Candy. How's it going? Awesome. Cool, cool, cool. Hi, Enviro. How's it going? All right, cool. Well, let's put that one away and pull out my good old trusty mechanical pencil for one. All right. So, someone who's in my Discord, whoever's in my Discord, Yappa, that might be you. Pick one of the references of the motorbikes that I just dropped in, and tell me which one to draw. Hi, Colby Colin. Hi, Tash67. How's it going? Ah, yes. Hang on, Yappa. I based all the electric bikes in the Snuffle story off this bike. They're all slightly different versions of the same of that bike. So it's a good one. I like enjoying this one. It is. It's a V10. Yappa. It's ridiculous. It's the Dodge Tomahawk. Feel free to look it up. Hi, Leo Panky. Yeah, it's wild. It's huge. It is huge. Hi, Hellblazer X. How's it going? All right, let me just quickly open something in Clip Studio to show you before we draw this next bike. Now, Yappa, were you here when we were drawing pugs? Hi, Tech. How's it going? Okay. Well, Pugs was the episode before Sausage Dogs. And this pug was one of the ones that we drew in that episode. That I decided to turn into a full design that I wanted to do. And then I had the idea that I wanted to make it a Battle Pug and Snuffles the Indomitable crossover. And so this is where we're at with that so far. Yeah, there's Snuffles' little outfit in progress. It was truly a special pug, honestly. If you scroll back up in the art channel, Yappa, you'll probably see that the photo that it's based off. I'm pretty sure I dropped it in the Discord that night. Where are the other layers for this? Yeah, there we go. So this is the barbarian in progress, and he's riding one of our cybernetic capybaras. Roughed in background. Snuffles riding the battle pug. There's a few details I have to change and alter here to make it line up a little bit more with the battle pug itself, but all in all, I can't wait to finish this and show it to the artist who created Battle Pug. I think I just tagged you, Yappa. Alright, time to draw this. That's right, Anthony. That's right. I can't wait to finish it. I'm having so much fun with it. And yeah, Robin kind of agreed with you. Robin said it was kind of obscene to have Snuffles riding a pug. He's a special little guy, isn't he, Yappa? Alright. Time to set a timer again, and let's get into the next one. Oh, let me just change the reference so that everyone can see the one that we're drawing now. Where are you hiding? It's a good question. Why is it not showing up for me right now? Hi, Will. How's it going? Let me guess, it's not an appropriate file format. Of course. 1 second, everyone. I'm just gonna do a quick file conversion. Otherwise, you won't be able to see what we're drawing. Hi, Hilarious Heavy. How's it going? Alright, here we go. Now we're drawing this one. Alright. Oh. Alrighty. Hey Google, set a timer for 10 minutes. I don't think she heard me. Hey Google, set a timer for 10 minutes. Alright. Cool. Hi, Sir Uranium. How's it going? Anthony, are you doodling tonight? Hi, Kemma. How's it going? Hey Yappa, I don't know what time zone you're in, but I've added another stream. It's an on and off stream. It's not going to happen every week necessarily, but it'll happen most weeks. Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, I'm going to be doing I tested it yesterday, and it worked out really well, actually. I'm going to be doing a midday stream on Mondays. Yeah, it's going to be when I'm doing... Anthony, I don't believe that for a second. The only time I would believe you saying something like that was if that was your code phrase for if you'd been kidnapped. But yeah, the Monday streams are going to be manufacturing streams. So yesterday I was laminating stickers. Sometimes I'll be chopping sketch cards, getting them ready. Sometimes I'll be cutting stickers. Anthony said he's given up drawing for the one true art of clog dancing. pretty sure that I've gotten some dimensions well and truly off on this, but you know, it is what it is. Hey Armin, how's it going? Yeah, doing good, doing good. Keeping busy as always. Exciting times, because today I paid off the printing for my comic book. So it's officially in printing now, so I'm excited about that. Excited to get the books out to people. Yeah, it should be good. I'm really looking forward to getting them out to my Kickstarter backers and then starting to approach comic book shops and stuff about them. How about you? How's your week been? Hey Anthony, you send me a video of you clog dancing and I'll believe it. I'll never breathe a word about it again. Hi Pat Coker, how's it going? Hi Cherie, how's it going? You know this guy wasn't riding this thing in Australia by the fact that he's riding any bike, let alone a ridiculous monster like this, with no helmet. That would be pretty funny. I think that's Anthony's next challenge. Anthony Yappa said, imagine Gru driving this ridiculous bike. But imagine being this guy, just one, wearing a long sleeved shirt with shorts. That's a crime. But then wearing, I don't understand any people I see wearing shorts when they ride. Let alone little tiny shorts like this. on a V10 engine. That is just the nuttiest decision. Stop. Hi, Ellie. Alright, so that's where we got with that tonight. That's about all the, right? But, like, you're not allowed to ride any bike without a helmet in Australia. No motorbike, not even a push bike. And, yeah, riding any bike in shorts like this, little flimsy shorts like this, but a V10 engine without full gear on? That's wild. That's a whole choice right there. Alright, so I'm going to put the studies aside now. Nope, we've got very, very strict cycling safety laws in Australia. Arnold Schwarzenegger actually got pulled over by the cops when he was here for a bodybuilding competition because he went out riding on an electric bike without a helmet. Yeah, he would have got the whole sirens and everything. Yeah, right? Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Egger. No. Egger. It's not racist. It's a German name. Austrian name, even. He's Austrian, not even German. Alright, let's expand on this thing so that everyone can see what's happening. Because the camera only wants to zoom so far, which is annoying. Alright, so it's time to ink and color this Ultraman. There it is. There's my Copic. Oh yeah, by the way, we got something exciting going on. We're actually going to take a second before I do this. And we're going to test this cardboard here. These are some card samples sent by my manufacturing partners. Hi Samuel, how's it going? My manufacturing partners who are doing the comic book for me. So I can try... yeah. It's definitely thinner. It's close, but it is definitely thinner. So I can try them out and see if I like this card or not for the sketch cards. And if... Hi David Sandry. If it is good, if it works well with my markers and stuff, they will be able to print them for me and cut them and everything, so I don't have to do it. No, nice try. You got to be quick, get up earlier than that. You're dealing with an Australian here. You got to be quicker than that. So we're going to test out a few different markers on these cards. And then on Friday, during the sketch card party, we will just use these. Let me see. So let's try with Copics first. Ooh. Okay. I actually wasn't sure. I genuinely wasn't sure how it was going to go. Where's another one of my Copics? Is this one? Nope. Hi, professional tank stealer, not stank stealer. I'm not sure what orange roulette is, but cool. You'll have to tell me about it. And thanks for popping in. Alright, well, let's try this one then. Hi, Shadow Demon X King. Okay, interesting. Oh, neat. I'll have to look that up. Okay. Well, that's less promising. Let's try the other one. That's pretty good, actually. That's pretty good. Must have been this one. Which one was it? Was it this one? Okay. So this one, which is slightly thinner than my usual sketch card. This is my usual sketch card, which is 250 GSM. This one is 180 GSM. and this one is 300 GSM. So the thicker one would be nice, but the ink pulls a little bit even with the Copics. So let's try a different one, different brand now. Try the Graphic Pro Duo in red. This so far is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Let's try this fine color. Okay, so far, this one gives the most vibrant colors. What do you mean by maybe it's the lighting, Yappa? Yeah, this one so far gives the most vibrant colors. This is my usual marker card, which is very good. But this is giving really strong... do you mean this one? Yeah, the colors are more vibrant on the 300 GSM. They are, but the problem is, the problem with it is this. See these little splotches here that aren't on either of these two. Watch. See how the ink is pooling at the end of a stroke? Yeah, it's a shame because the colors are great on this. Colors are still good on this, but the colors are, the consistency is great on this. Vibrancy is best on this. Let's have a look on the back. Fairly minimal bleed through. I'm gonna grab a clean one of my cards. Yeah, it means that it's... I think it's a little too dense. Like, the ink is coming out of the marker and it isn't being absorbed as readily as on the other papers. So it's staying on top a bit, unfortunately. So I'm just going to put the same colors on this. Hi B, how's it going? Alright, let's try this blue on the Graphic Pro Duo. I'll try this green. And I'll grab 2 from my touch markers. Alright, so far, the card that I make them out of myself is the clear winner overall. But the color stays well on this, but the color doesn't show up at all here on the back, but it doesn't absorb right, it just sort of sits on top. Color comes through a bit on this, but it looks really good on the front. No bleeding, minimal pooling. I would say less streaks actually. Yeah, less streaks than the stuff that I do use. So I am tempted to go with this, but if I could get it in 250 GSM, that would be ideal. So I'll just take some pictures of this and send it to my guys. Cool. Well, that was a good experiment. That's good to know, and I'll see what happens. We'll go from there. Hi, Cloudy Puffy Puff. Now, I'm just going to send that to my guys right now before I forget. It was 180, wasn't it? Let me just... Where's the one that's got the writing on Yep, 180. Okay. There we go. I've sent them my feedback, and we'll see what happens next. Hi, Galar family. How's it going? But now, it's Ultraman time. This lettering is going to be messy as fuck, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm certainly not doing Hassan proud with this. Hi, lol666. Alright. I'm looking forward to having this one finished. Oh, I certainly messed that up. Oh well, I'll just do my best. Well, let's see if I can just... No, that's not a hard enough one. Let's see if I can scratch that up a little bit. No, that's not gonna work. Oh well. I will fix it in post. this red. That was always going to happen. Yes, this red. Some markers. Yeah, I put them inside. Not my big set, the little set. Yep, it was. Yep. Thank you. Robin just came to check on what that thump was, and it was just my markers falling down. first layer is going to be barely visible to anyone but me, but I know it's there. That's the important part right now. Do I have cool green? No, I do not. Hey, Felix, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. What's your favorite D&D class? Wow, 18k likes. That's amazing. Thanks, everyone. Hi, Quenty. Hi, Liam. Yeah, that'll do. Hi, EJ. How's it going? I gotta try and find the blue that I tested earlier. I've forgotten which one it was and I want to use it. almost there with this one. Yeah. Been looking forward to finishing this since last week. I'm just gonna grab a different special marker. Yep, cool. Yes, cool. Alright, I'm going to call that one done. Alright. I feel like I need something around this as well. As a little extra effect, but I'm not sure what. I'm gonna go with the purple. Okay, I think that was the right choice. I like that. Alright, and I'm going to take some pictures of that and then put it in a sleeve. Okie dokie, artichoke. TikTok, I'll say goodnight to you. I'll see you tomorrow night again at 9 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time for some more Snuffles the Indomitable writing. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to hanging out and chatting with y'all while I write. So, let me swap. Oh dear, what have I done here? This is what happens when you're still setting up. Give me 1 second, everyone. There we go. All right. Yes. Okay. So, yeah. I'm going to take off tonight, TikTok, and I'll see you tomorrow night at 9 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time. And we will chat about Snuffles the Indomitable, writing comics, writing stuff for D&D, etc. while I work. So I'll see you all tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Bye, TikTok. All right, Twitch, we're going to go for a raid. So let's see who's online. Who's online? Who's online? Yeah, let's go with Pete's again. Cozy Pete's. All right. Thanks for hanging out, everyone, on Twitch. Let me just get our raid message ready. There's our raid message, so get ready for that. And I'll see you all again tomorrow night. Bye for now.